Hi, it's Helena. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about the 3 signs that you should change careers. You can always change your career. You know, you're going to be working, suppose you're 18, you'll be working for the next almost 50 years of your life. So it's absolutely fine to change. A lot of times people want to change even, high profile positions such as being a physician, nurse, attorney. Is not what you really thought it would be. It was something that you knew would make your family proud, or you were proud of this achievement, but the actual work-life balance, it sucks. So if you, number one, so let's jump into it. Number one, if you dread Mondays, not just, okay, I don't want to go to work because I'd rather be taking a nap, or I'd rather be at home with my dogs or something. No, you actually dread it, like it gives you anxiety. That's all you can think about. I just left a Disney vacation with some of my friends, and when I tell you, so let's say the vacation's ending on Sunday. By Thursday, now I'm talking Thursday, the vacation ends on Sunday, they're already worried and mad about Monday. And I'm like, please don't bring that on our vacation. Like, it's Thursday. Let's just enjoy the moment. But I have to go back to work on Monday. Oh my God, I have to go. If you're already dreading it days out while you're on vacation, you need a career change. Now, I understand. I always feel like when I'm done with a vacation, I always, feel like I need a vacation from the vacation. I just want to reset and rest a little bit before I go back to work. But to just hate your job, hate your boss. A lot of times people don't hate their job. They usually just hate their work environment, the toxic or abusive nature of their boss, or being invisible, or just feeling no growth. You just feel like, what's the purpose? You may feel stuck. But if you're feeling dread about going to work, that is definitely a sign. Work shouldn't be that miserable and should not cause so much intense anxiety. And then number 2 I wrote down is you stop growing. So if you're not growing anymore, I was talking to a group of Gen Z, because I'm a Gen X, I'm 46 years old. So I was talking to some Gen Z and millennials, and they were telling me that they didn't realize, and I didn't realize it either, that their parents were still in entry-level positions. So their parents who have been working at jobs for 10, 15, 20 years were still at certain admin roles, were still at certain customer service roles, still have certain HR jobs. And I'm just throwing these out as examples because, of course, these can all have leadership in them. But they were like surprised when they found out what their parents actually do. That if you get on this app, it's an app called Handshake. It's similar to LinkedIn, but it's only for college students to get, internships and different opportunities with companies. They're offering these kids, and I'm sorry, Gen Z, but my daughter's a Gen Z and I still see her as a kid. She's 15. They're offering our kids more money than we've ever made. Nike's offering them $75 an hour. Okay. So they're like, my parents don't make this type of money. My parents, they're not in, you're mentioning vice president and C-suite positions. My parents have never been in leadership. My parents are making barely over 50,000. And so, if you're not growing, because I know everybody doesn't want to be in leadership. I know everybody doesn't want to be an executive. I know everybody doesn't want to own their own business. I know everybody doesn't want to trade. I understand that. But if you're not having some type of fulfillment, you're not able to take care of your basic living experiences and expenses, paying, your basic rent or mortgage, your bills and things like that. You always feel like you're paycheck to paycheck. That's a problem. If you feel like you always have to be in this relationship that you don't want, but you feel like, okay, they're helping me with paying certain things. That's not good. We can change the career and you can see more fulfillment in it. But if you're not growing, your mindset's not growing, your opportunities not growing, you're not a big asset, you're almost invisible, you feel stuck, it's time to change careers. Now, a lot of times you can literally just change and go to a different company and you'll see more value. But a lot of times when you're in a career, you have a job and you kind of feel stuck in it, it may be time to change because you're not growing and you're really not initiating that growth, okay? And then the last one is when you're feeling undervalued. Some of our jobs where you do the most, because I always say the person that works the hardest is not the one that gets promoted. It's the one that's most visible and almost kind of brags about themselves. You know, people know when they come in a room, oh yeah, they know what they're doing because they look like they know what they're doing, but they may be clueless and delegating everything. Okay, but if you are undervalued, that's common because most people have thankless jobs. I think hospitality is thankless. I think, you know, as far as even, like I said, once again, we were on this vacation, you know, housekeeping, you just expect, oh, well, they didn't take the towels, or they didn't make the bed, or, you know, they didn't take out the trash. But it's only noticed when it's not done. It's never said, oh, thank you, I appreciate it. It's always been spotless every time I come in here. You know, it's never, even food, if it's not right, you know, it's so many, most of our jobs are thankless. And I know that we're supposed to do our job and do the best job that we can, but most people aren't thanked. But you should be valued by your team. You should be valued by your boss. And if you feel undervalued, and not only are they having you do work, but they're having you do more work, taking on the task of other people that may have taken PTO, and you're having to cover this person and this person and this person and taking on all their tasks, that's when it's time to change careers. So if you dread going to work, if you're not growing, you're feeling undervalued, those are the 3 signs. And it's time to change it. I've been helping people with my boot camp, and even though I have a career boot camp, it's 4 weeks long. It's an easier way to ease into coaching because I know a lot of people don't have career coaches. The only people I really know that invest in career coaches are people that are in management, director, VP, executives. Every single executive that I work with has a coach. So, you know, if you know you're going to be working almost 50 years, why wouldn't you have a career coach? But that only makes sense to me because I'm dealing with the top of the top, okay? But I really suggest you get a boot camp and you have some experience with working with a coach. And I can coach you right up out of that career, transition you right out. I made it very reasonable, very affordable. Ask as many questions as you want, because the lady that I was just speaking to yesterday, she felt that she had to go back into retail. She just got her bachelor's degree. And she's like, okay, I need to keep working at Sephora. Yeah, you can keep working at Sephora, but you could actually be doing the marketing at Sephora, not, you know, doing makeup on the floor and restocking inventory. You know, is that what you want to do? Do you want to do retail? Well, I really don't want to do retail. Well, let's talk about it. So I always tell my clients, send me a practical job description that will align with your current skills and qualifications, and then send me a job description that's based on your dream job, and let's see how you align with that. Let's see what skills that we're missing and how can we upskill some things and get you the opportunities that you need. But don't feel stuck in your career. And a lot of times it's just talking to the same people that you're going around this hamster wheel with. I strongly encourage a coach. And, you know, even if you can't afford the services, just keep following me. I'm going to keep dropping tips and gems and all of that, because people say, oh, well, you know, it's hard to talk about anything that's meaningful because it doesn't go viral. And true, it does not go viral, but it hits the right people. And you're my people if you've gotten this far. So if you see the signs that you are, you know, need to switch careers or re-enter the workforce, not sure where to start with a career coach. Start with examining what you want to do. Start just even going through Indeed and looking at the opportunities and see, I never thought about that. Just put one of the skills that you have. Maybe it's process improvement, maybe it's a subject, English, maybe it's math, like something that you're really interested in. Even philosophy, you can put that in the search bar and see what pops up instead of just going through Indeed with the title. Because some people have titles and they do completely different things with those titles. Okay, so anyhow, if you're struggling, if you're stuck, and this can be anybody, brand new graduates, high profile physicians, even C-suites, they will leave the company and go to another company when they feel like they're not growing and they hate going to work. So it can happen to anybody at any level. In fact, I have my book. Make sure you pre-order or go ahead and get the book, the copy. breaking barriers, and it's helping people get to executive level at any age. And it doesn't mean you have to go all the way to the top, but it is showing you stages and understanding how things work at the top. So make sure you pre-order that book, join boot camp. I'll see you later, but be sure to drop right here. Do you feel stuck? And if so, why? And what are some things that you did to get unstuck if you were able to do that on your own? Okay, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.